Today we will discuss Bruno Latour's 1987 book, Science in Action: How to Follow Scientists and Engineers Through Society. Latour uses the example of the voyages of the French sailor Jean-François Lapérouse to the Pacific under Louis XVI's orders. His mission was to gather cartographic information of the region. Lapérouse travels from France to the Pacific coasts of America to gather cartographic information. This is a voyage from the center to the periphery. When he arrives to American soil, he encounters local people who become informants. Latour describes a conversation between Lapérouse and one of these informants. They are standing on a sandy beach, and Lapérouse asks, "Where does a big river flow?" The local informant describes the geography by drawing a map on the sand. Lapérouse draws the same river on a piece of paper. There is a crucial difference between these two ways of recording cartographic information. What is the difference? For the native, the drawing has no importance. The wind and the rain will eventually erase it. For the European explorer, the map is the main reason for his mission. He must take it back with him to Europe. Latour uses this example for defining science as a series of repetitive cycles of accumulation. How to follow scientists in the field? Latour is not interested in studying the final products of science, but science in the making. The first step of a cycle of accumulation is when an explorer is sent to a remote land, like in the case of Lapérouse. The explorer arrives, meets local people, draws a map, leaves the remote land, and comes back to the center with a map on his hand. A second explorer is then sent to the remote land. He travels with the first map on his hand. The second explorer comes back to the center with an improved map, and the cycle of accumulation of knowledge is then completed. This example brings us to a second crucial concept in Latour's thinking, the immutable mobile. A map is the perfect example of an immutable mobile. It can be transported, it is mobile, unlike the sand drawing that cannot be transported. And it will not lose its properties while being moved. Thus, it is immutable. Immutable mobiles are objects that can be transported from the periphery to the center, where they are combined with other objects. What is Latour's conclusion about the construction of knowledge? His explanation is pointing to an uneven accumulation of knowledge between the center and the periphery. An asymmetry is thus generated between the center that collects all the information and the peripheries that become objects of study.